This is your friend JDR. Welcome back to my channel. And like I said earlier, today I'm gonna share with you my real paranormal experiences. And using this electromagnetic field reader, we'll see if we pick up any reception. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my first story. This happened about 4 years ago at a warehouse. I was working in a warehouse that was built. A lot of warehouses actually are built on Indian burial grounds. So this one, no doubt, is in this type of place, and it's. I don't want to disclose the name of it or the location, but it's actually by a river or like a dry river. So you guys know how that goes. Those are ghost towns that natives used to live by the rivers, so they can have access to water. Anyways, um, after I experienced that paranormal experience there, I told everyone, all my coworkers, about it, and some of them that worked there for many years, they actually shared with me their own experiences there. So it's confirmed that there was something there. So I was working between aisles with racks and boxes. This is a really short story. And then there was a box on top of a rack, and literally the box just flew at me, like thrown. And I was like, what the hell? This happened at 4 p.m. So there's no time for these type of things. They could happen during daytime, with the sun all bright. You can still get those experiences. So anyways, I was shocked, and then I went around the rack, and there was nobody there. I saw it was actually a short rack, so I could see over, and there was nobody there. So literally in front of my eyes, the box was thrown at me. I told my coworkers, and they told me that they confirmed that in the past they had a night shift. So this lady that was like a lead, she used to be in third shift, which is overnight. And then she said she looked with the corner of the eye. She saw a native guy, or like a Mexican guy with punch or whatever you call it, and he was sitting with his legs crossed on the floor. And then when she looked back, she didn't see anything, but she said she clearly saw it, like just chilling there in the middle of, like, an empty space, and she was talking to someone, and then she just got the chills. And other ladies that worked there, they confirmed that there was a bathroom way in the back of the warehouse. It was for guys and girls. And on the ladies' bathroom, a lot of girls claimed that they'll feel like a hand rubbing on their back when they're sitting on the toilet in their business. So it was confirmed that there was something there. It was probably natives or cowboys, from the past, spirits trapped there. And that's a very real story, because it happened during daytime, and it happened right in front of my eyes. So there's no other explanation than paranormal. Okay, we'll continue to the second story. This happened like maybe about 8 years ago. I used to be a graveyard security guard for a warehouse, and it always happened that at 3 in the morning, I kind of had the urge to go to the bathroom, take care of business, or whatever you call it, the call of nature. And excuse me. And then it was a warehouse that was locked, huge warehouse. So I had to go through like a rolling door. No, I'm like a door next to a rolling door, and walk like a long way in the darkness. And I will get to the front where the offices are at to use the nice bathrooms, because they were nice and clean. And I remember that there was a service door on top of the toilet that you lock. and I think you can lock it with your nail. He just has like a Phillips screwdriver or something, like a flathead. And before I went through the door, on my mind I had the thought, like, wait, what if when I open the door, that little door opens? That just dropped on my mind before, when I was approaching the door for the bathroom. Once I opened the door, sure enough, and that thing opened up. And then what I did, I closed it and then I took care of business, because I'm not really like a person who gets scared with the really paranormal stuff. I mean, yeah, it could be scary, but I'm not. I needed to, take care of business, and I just ignored it. Another time, actually, I have more stories on that spot. Two other times, I went to the bathroom at 3 in the morning. There was the break room by the toilet. The toilet was by the wall, and behind the wall, there was a break room. So, in two occasions, I was sitting in the toilet, and then I hear some knocking on the wall, like bang, like banging on the wall, maybe like three knocks. And I was like, what the hell? The whole warehouse is locked. It's 3 in the morning. There's no staff. I'm by myself. I have the keys in my pocket. So I would finish, bathroom, go around, go into the break room, and there's nobody there. That happened to me like about 2 times, possibly three. But I always ignored it and I just kept moving on. So that one is pretty clear. I don't know on any other explanation. Maybe a rat, or maybe, I don't know, plumbing, but it was like clear knocks like this, like on the wall, and it was three of them. Okay, guys, moving on with my third story. Um, I'm gonna explain the reason why I think I had this experience. I never in my whole life visited like a witch. Used to get like a card reading and cleanse and the normal stuff people do when they visit these people, a spiritual counselor or whatever. And yeah, I had the cards and the cleanse, whatever. And then after that, I started experiencing weird dreams involving my family, involving a friend of mine who recommended me to them. Actually, they told me they went with this person, and I was the one to ask. Hey, tell them if I can go. Anyways, um, one time I was sleeping, and I'm gonna tell you my dream. This is where a demon that I never seen or heard about him before, I seen, and I interacted with in my dream. And I seen it the same shape and form, exactly how it's drawn in those Bibles, those books of demonology. And I'm not gonna say the name of the demon. I'm just gonna say hints because I'm scared to say the name, and for respect to, I don't know what the reason this thing had to visit me, but it's over, and I started praying, going to church, and never had that experience again. Anyways, this is how my dream went. Um, I was going to like party or something, and I parked my car. Those times where you go to a party, and you're looking for parking lot at random houses nearby the party, right? So I parked, and I was walking by this one house with the front yard with grass, a tree, and a fence, right? Then there was a dog, a German Shepherd dog, which is my favorite breed. And this dog started barking at me, like defending his home, whatever. And then the fence kind of disappeared. Dreams are weird. And the dog started coming towards me, kind of walking slow, and he started mutating into this thing. It gives me chills. I'm gonna describe how it looked like, and that's exactly when I went to Google, exactly how I seen it. That's how the picture looks like. It has a wolf body. The head is like pretty big, like a, like a full size big kind of wolves. Cause there's smaller wolves, but the big ones, their heads are about this big. The ones maybe from, I don't know, Alaska or whatever. So the half of the body was a wolf, and the bottom of the body was an eagle feet, and the feet were really thick, and he has claws. And under his feet, whatever paws, it had fire, like a eternal flames. Yeah, flames. So every step this thing will take, it would like sound like a giant was walking when he was walking towards me. And every step he landed on the ground. When he lifted his feet, it will lift up like a little hill of like pure dirt, like if he step on a leaf, even if he step on a piece of metal or like a stick, anything he step on will literally disintegrate, and it was like he would dig dirt out of there, like signaling, power, and that he could destroy anything that is material in this world. Start approaching towards me, and it was like a ferocious. And I wanna be respectful, telling the story. I don't want to have any problems with that thing. I saw the wolf face right in front of me. He was kind of taller than me, and he put his head down, and I started petting it, like like a dog or like an animal, like petting it. I just did that in the dream. I don't know why. And that thing was really, it was not aggressive towards me, but I could feel their power. But I didn't feel terrified, like panicking, like screaming. Even when I woke up, I didn't feel scared, but I felt like if you had a tiger in front of you, and that tiger can just eat your face in a second. That's how it felt. Like I felt his power. So after that, after I pet him, he started like walking backwards and then just vanished. And that was the end of the dream. No, it wasn't the end of the dream. I kept dreaming about stuff. Maybe my car got stolen or something. But I looked it up. I'm not gonna say the name of it. I looked it up on Google, and exactly how I seen it with the fire and every little detail, it's on a picture. And I never seen this thing before. And it's one of those entities that are not well known really, because people, they know like the top five, everyone knows, and you hear those names all over the internet. But this one you don't hear it that much, and that's how I know that this thing was real. And I'm just gonna give hints about it. You guys can do your research and find out who it was. I'm trying to avoid to say the name, but this thing, it's actually a big general of legions of demons. So it's a really powerful. It leads like thousands of demons. So it's a really powerful entity. And what I read about him is that I'm revealing the whole thing now. Um, when he turns into a wolf, he has two sexes. He could be men and women. So when he turns into a wolf, he's a woman. And then another thing, and also, oh yeah, and it's actually a demon who is really loyal. Is very loyal to you if you summon them, if you call for them, and it's actually, people claim that it's really nice, but if you disrespect, like every entity of this caliber, if you disrespect them, you know what's gonna happen to you. So always respect, but he's really loyal. And the biggest key that I'm gonna say, you'll find it with all the keys I'm saying, is that he once used to be in heaven. He used to be one of the God's most loved you know, angel. It wasn't the one with the letter L that everybody knows that comes in a picture kind of crying like this. It's not that one. It's another one. But he wants to come back to heaven, and he thinks that in 1,000 years or something like that, or at the end of times, he's gonna go back. But it's a lie. He's being lied to. I don't know by who. That's what it says on the research. It says on books and the internet that he hopes to come back to heaven. He wants to be good, but it's too late because he chose his fate. He chose evil. So, or who knows what's gonna happen? But this is what the texts say, that that someone promised him to go back, but it's just a lie. He's been what do you call him? Lied to. He's been deceived. Yeah, and that's what the text say. I'm not saying that. That's what the text say. So only God knows what's gonna happen. At the end of times. Anyways, that was my experience. So that was the end of the last story. Hope you guys like my story. These are actually real stories. It's not those lame stories that everybody tells. It happened to everyone. But anyways, look for making more videos for you guys. This thing didn't light up, but this candle was flickering. Not even with the mirror. But anyways, see you guys till next time. Bye.